Hey everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Please come and join the BitGet CoinsKid crew right now for this competition, the KCGI. You get $10 free for nothing, just for joining the team. So it's free money basically. Come and get involved. Click the link. There's 3 days to get involved in this competition right now before it closes, okay? So come and join the CoinsKid crew and let's smash this. Let's dive into the video right now. Looking at Chainlink on the monthly time frame, there is a possibility that we have bottom, but I want to see the confirmation, okay? Just like this was confirmation of a top. Now, please refer back to the videos way back in January of 2022. I said to you, if we see a close below that monthly 20, that's going to indicate that this is the double top drop scenario, basically. We're going to come down the stairs, to the potential technical target, which is this swing high, okay? Because we've melted through this in a God candle, and eventually what have we done? Come all the way back down, back to sit support right now. We're trying to carve away back out, aren't we? Back up the stairs. But what we want to see, just like the breakdown below the EMAs here in some kind of double top drop, we want to see some kind of double bottom scenario that takes out these EMAs to confirm this is a bottom now, okay? So again, if we revert back to 2018, this is when I did start to get involved in Chainlink, to be honest with you. We've got that big thrust, we had that huge crash, and then we start to come up, okay? We got the closes above the EMAs, and we retraced to this low, made a high low, and we start to come back up. Now, I was a buyer on that crash. I remember it really well. December 2018, around about 17 cents. I got a lot of bids filled in down there for Chainlink, because of the higher low structure and the risk, basically. So right now, this is your key low. If we do start to come up like this, and we do have another little flash crash, which you're fully aware can happen, if we pull back, it might not be a good idea to spot bid on Chainlink and put some bids on that low, whether or not you want to do a leverage trade or whatever, and that will be your key stop loss, okay? And it's sort of a minimal risk trade basically going forward. But I'll show you that as and when it happens, if it happens, obviously. But what we're looking for right now is pretty much like this bottom here. We came up, we started to get closes above, and then we came back in a high low, confirming the structure, and then we've got closes above the EMAs again. So I can't get too bullish of the absolute fact that is the reversal in right now. Obviously it could be, but we want to see the charts revealing this, okay? So essentially we might have a little bit of a squeaky close there above a 10, but what we're looking for is confirm multiple closes above that blue line and equally the yellow line, most importantly, because I think if we get our ass back up that yellow line, which is a monthly 20 EMA, then we could be looking at something like this for Chainlink, okay? This is one of the reasons why in January I said to you, closing below that support just there, which is technically that support as well, this will create a double top drop scenario, and then we're looking to a projection to the downside. The tides are changing, we have to project, we have to respect the charts right there, and we did. We've come all the way down, we've met our technical target, got some bids filled in down there, and we've sort of been accumulating for a very long time. A lot of people will say that's possibly some kind of Wyckoff spring. Again, I'm no Wyckoff expert, but right now going forward, that is obviously your uptrend support from this point, okay? If you start to break down below that, then yeah, you've got to project to the downside. So if we was to lose this as support, support that we put in June back there, which is basically this swing high on this ascending triangle, broken out of the God candle, fell back to its support, looking for continuation, okay? So this would be invalidated. Obviously, if we start to roll down here, we sweep this low, where would Chainlink go to? So in theory, like I've always said to you, swing high, swing low, find support where you go. I think the next leg of support would technically be here, okay? Now this is the invalidation of Elliott wave as well for me. Let me show you right now, because I think that what we've got is wave 1, APC 2, this has been a huge wave 3, and this is a macro 4, and this is a count I've had for a very long time as well, which is leading me down the path that Chainlink has actually got another move to the upside here, okay? Regardless of this pullback, I think that we're looking at another move here for Chainlink, okay? Because I think what we've got on a macro, providing we hold this wave 1 high, obviously we were putting in 2018, is a possible 1, okay? That was a 2, that was a 3, and right now this is your macro 4 that's potentially bottomed, but this will be invalidated if you start to come any lower than $1.49, okay? You start to take that out, that invalidates this theory. So in a minute we could say, okay, well the wave 4's done, and we've had a simple ABC of wave 4 right now. You've got your A, you've got your B, and you've got your C. Job done, complex correction, job done, some kind of zigzag correction right there, and right now you start to carve out. But obviously what we want to see going forward is multiple closes above that 20 to confirm that as your bottom. Really simple, okay? Because if that is the case right now, okay, and this is the bottom, and we don't necessarily come back and lose it and things like that, this could be the bottom, but we want to see the confirmation. This is something I'm trying to relay to you, okay? And again, patience is key. For example, come up, squeaky bum time, held the higher low, confirmation of a bottom right there. So essentially we've got some kind of squeaky bum time, confirmation of a bottom, but we want to see the closes above the key levels of resistance that confirm this reversal structure, okay? So at that point, I think if you start to see the closes above the 55, the 10, the 20, you could really get excited about the possibility that that is your bottom, and that could just be your macro, your macro stop loss for any kind of impulsive move to the upside for Chainlink. Because what I'm looking at right now is a potential that we're going to rally all the way up to there. So where is that? Okay, so looking at Elliott Wave right now, I think we've been in a 1, a 2, that was a 3, this is a 4, and right now you're looking at some kind of big 5 potential blow off top right now for this particular chart before a large ABC correction coming back down the stairs. It's possible, okay, it's absolutely possible. And if you look at this correction from peak to trough, what is it? Chainlink corrected around about 90% so far. If we go from peak to trough on this particular wave 1 high to the wave 2 low, that was around about 88%. So it could qualify that the correction's actually in, obviously, but right now wave 4 corrections are quite complex, but so far so good. If we hold this, start to come back upstairs, take out the EMAs, you are getting a little bit of a curl on these EMAs, which is a little bit of confidence in this potential scenario. If it is the case, where we're going to go to, that's what everyone's here for, isn't it? Where we're going to go to, what's my minimal target of an impulsive wave up here for Chainlink, providing this low holds in June this year. So from this low all the way to the high, my minimal target will be the 1.272, around about $100 right there. Okay, so I'm going to show you something here using fib circles and obviously Fibonacci as well. You was able to project this move here. It was a wave 3, 2.2618 fib from this pullback here. So like I've always taught you, wave 3s are the most powerful, okay, and then the trend starts to run out a bit of steam and things like that, and you do see a minimal target of the 1.272. For example, the sort of trend starts relatively well, which it did. It has a pullback, then a huge trend, then a pullback, then a sort of extinguish, running out of steam sort of trend right there with a minimal target of 1.272. Sometimes it goes beyond that, obviously, but if this is the case, let me show you right now from this pullback on wave 2, way back there in July of, I think it was July, wasn't it? When was it? June, sorry, 2018, which I remember really well. You can clearly see that the wave 3 met the 2618. So this is qualifying as a very powerful wave 3 right now. Like I said to you, the minimal target for a wave 3 in my book is always a 2.272, but the 2.618, look at that, met like an absolute boss before a monster ABC correction, which is potentially a macro wave 4 before a final 5th wave right here. So you got a 1, ABC 2, 3, ABC 4, boom, 5. So there's so much confluence in many other charts to this particular scenario that I'm looking at for Chainlink to play out. Okay, and again, it's all about the structure and support of this June low that we've just recently put in for this particular scenario to play out. So in theory, again, we can use fib circles. So if we go from this particular high to the bottom just there, you can clearly see that's your bottom. Look at that, met like an absolute boss on $1 and cent. So we could say, okay, well, let's see where the fib circle goes from this side to the bottom and project to the the fib circle, see where we're going to go to. So the minimal target on the fib circle from this bottom will be this level here, which is the sort of marrying up with a 1.272. So there's stacks of confluence right now that could actually be the bottom, but what we're looking at right now is some kind of reversal. Take out the EMAs, get a confirmation right now. That's your macro stop loss, the June low, around about $4.82, I think it is, which is this wave high here, this consolidation. And these are subsets of waves within wave 3 as well. Some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, big blow off top of wave 3, and then coming for a macro 4, hold this low, start to come back up in a 5, take out that local high. I think your minimal target's $100. Well, we'll say $107 to be exact, okay? And from here right now, if that is the case, you're looking at a monster move around about 1,325% for this particular coin right now. And again, you could take this chance, you could take this risk, it's entirely up to you, and then put your stop loss on the June low of this year. So what we want to see going forward, again, please be patient, it's entirely up to you. Nothing I say is financial advice, but we need to see closes above the monthly 20, 10 and 50 5 EMA on the monthly to start some kind of projection like we got here, some kind of impulsive move off these lows, okay, going forward for Chainlink going forward, okay. So I wish everyone the most luck. Nothing I say is financial advice, everything is for educational and trading purposes only, but right now you could go long, you could spot buy, it's entirely up to you. You could use one of the exchanges and the links right there. They're in each and every single video description. Take care everyone, thanks for another update on Chainlink. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, bye bye.